Mr. Krabs is right. Milkshaking sure has changed over the years.
Chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, these flavors make for some tasty shakes. But apparently, not all milkshakes have the same pedigree. So here are 10 disgusting milkshake fails. Pumpkin Pie Milkshakes.
Hope you like pies.
One of everyone's favorite desserts around the holidays has been and always will be pumpkin pie. So it seemed only natural that this decadent dessert would find its way into a milkshake. Such is the case with the pumpkin pie milkshake. Everyone's favorite home baker, Betty Crocker, laid out a recipe for this strange milkshake back in 2014 on their online website. It calls for 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream and a few slices of cold-baked pumpkin pie. Mix these ingredients with milk and heavy cream, and you've created the Thanksgiving milkshake. While true pumpkin pie lovers will fall head over heels for this dessert, the rest of the populace seemingly wants nothing to do with it. It's one of Betty Crocker's least famous desserts, and the webpage hasn't been updated since it was first created, meaning quite simply that the desire for this dessert is non-existent. Maybe just save the pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving and prevent yourself from tarnishing the good name of this famous holiday staple.
He's getting a knife! I'm scared!
Avocado Milkshakes.
Holy guacamole.
Avocado has burst onto the scene in recent years as a veritable superfood. It's not just for toast anymore. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich? Just add avocado. Do you need an alternative for mayonnaise? If so, I'd like to introduce you to my friend Avocado. People are finding that there are healthier alternatives to common food trends, and avocado is stealing the show when it comes to food innovation. But how innovative are we really willing to get?
It belongs to the people!
Would you drink an avocado milkshake, for example? To some, this might sound strange, but for the true hardcore avocado lovers out there, it's a win-win. While consumers as a whole have not necessarily warmed up to this idea, it isn't exactly the craziest food combination that we've ever seen. Instead, it opens up the door to explore even more applications for the superfood. The avocado milkshake might not be your first choice the next time you're strolling through an ice cream parlor, but it shows just how ingenious humans have become with their food. Wonder if Dairy Queen is going to start serving up these shakes. Sweet potato milkshakes.
Kill our yam to settle the score.
Don't be fooled by the adjective that comes before these starchy roots. Sweet potatoes are not exactly as sugary as their name suggests. Instead, they act as a distant relative of the common potatoes that we all know and love. You may have seen this vitamin A-rich vegetable used in shakes and juices before, but have you ever heard of a straight-up sweet potato milkshake? We're happy to break ground on another wacky and niche food item by telling you that this dessert is, in fact, a reality. Vegans miss out and are forced to claw for alternatives that sometimes imitate only a shadow of their favorite foods. In this particular case, vegans have really hit it big. Dairy can sometimes be a hard food group to replicate, and ice cream adds its own challenges. But vegans everywhere can rejoice at the fact that sweet potatoes make an excellent base for milkshakes. This allows vegan and lactose-intolerant individuals to skirt the dairy altogether. We can't promise it'll be your new favorite treat, but it might be worth your time to give this imaginative dessert a try, even if it is landing on our list of biggest milkshake fails. First time here? Well, what are you waiting for? Take a quick second to hit that subscribe button. Everyone else is doing it. Thanks so much.
Flavor? Let's say chocolate.
Morinaga Pancake Milkshake.
Pancake, 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 pancake.
Coming to us all the way from Japan, this next entry may either be a bridge too far or the perfect breakfast aficionado's dessert. Morinaga is a company based out of Japan that has perfected the art of dairy and soy. Their products are a massive hit in their country of origin, but also abroad, as many imports have found their way to Western countries over the years. One of the arenas that the company specializes in is the ready-to-make drink powders and breakfast additives like creamers and milk.
Pour me a glass of milk!
In their infinite wisdom or folly, the crazy folks at Morinaga decided to try their hand at a milkshake powder based on the flavor of pancakes. Found in vending machines all over Japan in a pre-made formula, it's a niche classic that you will either love or hate. Japan has always prided themselves on both their culinary history and innovation, so it makes sense that they're on the forefront of this new milkshake frontier. Whether or not this drink will satisfy Western palates is a totally different question. Caramel Corn Milkshake.
Every course that comes out just ends up being weirder than the next.
Say goodbye to normalcy after this semi-coherent entry onto our list, because it's all downhill from here. Popcorn, and by extension caramel corn, are some of the most popular snacks in America. Whether it's coming from the movie theater concession stand or your microwave at home, on average, Americans eat about 6 quarts of popcorn each annually. This statistic surely accounts for why it slowly made its way into the realm of desserts as a sugary concoction. Cakes and ice creams have already been made for decades with popcorn at the center, so it was only a matter of time until someone created a milkshake based on the same design. The result, however, is a strange juxtaposition between salty and savory, and an even stranger clash of textures. Milkshakes are often prided on how rich and creamy they are, so it's an odd choice to add hard popcorn into the mix, complete with their tough shells and unpopped kernels. While we can definitely see the good intentions that went into creating this milkshake, unfortunately, it has to take responsibility as a milkshake fail.
Called it popcorn, huh?
Go Fish Milkshake.
Eat it.
No, have mercy.
Home cooks are responsible for creating some of the best modern and traditional dishes of our time. From the internet to cooking shows, it's never been easier to try your hand at cooking and attempt new recipes at home. Some of these cooks create masterpieces, setting new culinary standards, while others fall well short of the mark. This next milkshake is the brainchild of Taste of Home, a popular cooking publication and website. It details a recipe for a creation that some might find a bit unusual. The Go Fish shake may be more like a juice than a shake in that it starts with a base of pineapple, papaya, and spinach. We know what you're thinking. Spinach?
I don't know what's going on.
But spinach isn't even the strangest part of this concoction. After finishing with whipped cream and a maraschino cherry, this frozen fruit cocktail calls for a handful of coconut shrimp on top. That's right, folks, fried seafood right on top of your dessert. We always like to give strange culinary creations the benefit of the doubt, but we also can't help but wonder who this shake is made for. If you're in the mood for an oceanic taste next time you sit down for dessert, then the Go Fish shake might be right up your alley. If, like the rest of us, you like to keep fish away from the dessert, take comfort in the fact that we've done the research for you and there's no need to try this strange amalgamation. Guinness Milkshake.
But actually, I'm just here for free Guinness.
Hard day at work? Are you looking to reward yourself with some ice cream? How about a cold beer? Or why not both? While milk and alcohol don't always mix well, that didn't stop this crazy creation from rearing its ugly head. The Guinness Milkshake comes to us from hometown taverns and celebrity chefs alike. Even Guy Fieri has attempted to spin his own version of this strange frozen food. We could go into details about the ingredients, but at the end of the day, it seems like the general consensus is equal parts Guinness to milkshake. If you're one of the few people that this food caters to, chances are you really love it. If the idea of alcohol and ice cream sounds like a stomachache waiting to happen, worry not, you're in the majority. While we would never throw stones from a glass house, we can confidently say that this is one of the stranger milkshake entries on our list.
Today's secret ingredient is
Foie Gras.
Take some foie virgins and turn them into believers.
What even is foie gras anyway? Put simply, it's the fattened liver of a goose or duck that has been overfed. It's a food that has shaped culinary history and is enjoyed nearly all over the world. As more modern applications replace traditional cuisine, we're seeing a culinary revolution that doesn't always think before it acts. One such invention is the foie gras milkshake, which is exactly what it sounds like. Start with a base of ice cream, milk, and ice, and blend. Once you have a perfectly good milkshake, then add some foie gras for added flavor and texture. If you were to just remove the last step of this process, you might have something that's actually palatable.
Means do not eat them.
While this is very clearly an instance of a chef creating a dish simply because they can, the Foie Gras milkshake has attracted a lot of attention since its inception. Sometimes the culinary space yearns for invention, and other times it asks for restraint. The sheer fact that this item exists shows that we may have lost our culinary compass. Why not return to tradition when milkshakes were made with, milk and ice cream? Buffalo Wing Milkshake.
I was hit in the face with a buffalo wing.
If you make it, they will come. Such is the case with the next entry on our list, the Buffalo Wing Milkshake. Just let that one sink in for a moment. A human being one day probably said aloud to themselves, you know what this milkshake needs? Buffalo chicken wings. And literally no one agreed. You didn't ask for it, you don't want it, and it doesn't care. The Buffalo Wing Milkshake is unapologetically exactly what it sounds like. Start with an ice cream base and any other normal milkshake ingredients, but finish by topping the shake off with buffalo sauce, celery sticks, and blue cheese crumbles. Oh, and for those chicken lovers out there, why not just throw in a handful of boneless chicken wings? If we're going to create something that's truly unique, who cares if it ends up being inedible? We've seen some strange things when it comes to pushing the food boundary, but we think this one is going to go down in history as one of the more egregious violations. The Buffalo Wing Milkshake is the poster child for just because you can doesn't mean you should. You will live to see man-made horrors beyond your comprehension, and the Buffalo Chicken Wing Milkshake is a perfect testament to this.
I gotta eat better.
The McNuggetini.
That's just how nuggets are made. Everyone knows that.
McDonald's is a beloved fast food institution all over the world. They aren't lying when they say over 1 billion served. But let's just say that this next entry isn't exactly what put McDonald's on the map. The McNuggetini, besides being cleverly named, is actually just a milkshake with a few extra steps. Start with a McDonald's familiar favorite, the chocolate shake. Then take something that's perfect and make it less so. In order to achieve this, you'll want to add vodka to the mix, making this one for adults only. Once you have your mixture, serve it in a barbecue sauce-rimmed martini glass and garnish with a chicken McNugget. If this sounds like a strange idea, you're not alone. People were quick to call this what it was, a publicity stunt. We have to genuinely wonder if anyone has ever tried this concoction with the intention of giving it a fair shake.
Nope, scratch that. Reverse.
The entire notion of messing with something as established as a McDonald's chocolate shake should border on sacrilege, but just because something can exist doesn't mean it should. The McNuggetini sullies the name of both McDonald's McNuggets and martinis alike. It sounds like something that would have been made up to simply shock consumers, and not something actually fit for human consumption. But we'll leave that up to our trusted viewers to decide. There's no doubt about its place in our list of top 10 disgusting milkshake fails.
Welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you?
We've got more than milkshakes on our menu, so stick around and tap on another great video and smash that subscribe button.